Welcome in to OutKick the Show. I'm your fearless leader, Clay Travis. I hope all of you are having fantastic Tuesdays, wherever you may be across this great nation or this great land. I don't know what day it's going to officially go live, but the state of Tennessee is about to allow online sports gambling, and I want all of you to go sign up with me at fanduel.com/Clay. The expectation is there are going to be some great offers for the Titans road game against the Cincinnati Bengals. Why not go ahead and get $50 deposited right into your account at this exact moment if you go sign up at fanduel.com/Clay. That's fanduel.com/Clay. I'd also encourage you to go sign up for the OutKick VIP and make sure that you don't end up outside of the VIP club. We had an event in Knoxville over the weekend. It was a lot of fun. We're going to be having more and more events in the days and the weeks and the months ahead. And I appreciate all of you who have already signed up. It's been incredibly gratifying to see. All right, I've got for you, as we have now finished the NFL Week 7, I have the most definitive list for the top 5 teams in the NFL and the bottom 5 teams in the NFL, and I am going to run through them for you right now. Best team in the NFL, Pittsburgh Steelers, 6-0. They may have been fortunate to hold on and win against the Titans, but they were capable of getting up 27-7. I like their defense. I like their offense. I like their quarterback who's already won 2 Super Bowls. Right now, the best team in the NFL is the only undefeated team in the NFL. It's Pittsburgh Steelers. How about second best team? Tampa Bay Buccaneers. In fact, right now, I believe the Bucs should be the favorite to make the Super Bowl. In, wait for it, Tampa. Tom Brady is on absolute fire. They just added Antonio Brown to go along with Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. They already have a very good defense. They were a 500 team roughly with Jameis Winston throwing 30 interceptions. Tom Brady has been a massive improvement at the quarterback position. He's getting better week to week. They are 5-2 right now. Should be 6-2 after they beat the Giants on Monday. That is right now the best team in the NFC. They're the second best team in my OutKick top 5. Third spot, Kansas City Chiefs. I know they lost to the Raiders. I know at times they have appeared disinterested in the game itself, but they're the most varied and productive offense, I believe, in the entirety of the NFL. The defense is solid as well. They have the best quarterback in the league. They're 6-1. They're the Kansas City Chiefs. In the 4 spot, if he could just make a 45-yard field goal, Stephen Gostkowski, the Titans would be potentially 6-0 and the only undefeated team in the NFL. Gostkowski's 5 for 11 for field goals. Not very good in the grand scheme of things inside of 50 yards. The Titans' defense needs a lot of work. They've been mediocre to bad on third down. Eventually, they are going to get Adoree Jackson back. I think that will make a difference. Maybe Stephon Gilmore. It's time to go make a play for him, especially since the overall first-round pick, Isaiah Wilson, is completely worthless so far. I would go grab the Titans at 5-1 as the 4th best team in the NFL. And right now, you saw them lose on Sunday night. The Seahawks are the 5th best team in the NFL. I have got them at 5-1 as well. So the OutKick top 5, number 1, the Steelers, number 2, the Bucs, number 3, the Chiefs, number 4, the Titans, and number 5, the Seattle Seahawks. How about the bottom 5? How about the list of sadness? How about the teams that are going to be competing to try to get Trevor Lawrence? In the 28th spot, I've got the Atlanta Falcons at 1-6. In the 29th spot, I've got the Houston Texans also at 1-6. Interesting debate that we're going to have tomorrow morning on the radio show. Should a $100 million quarterback ever be on a team that is 1-6? Because right now, Matt Ryan's team is 1-6, and right now, Deshaun Watson's team is 1-6. If both of these guys are healthy, it should be impossible for a quarterback who has a $100 million contract theoretically to be on teams that bad. That's why they're being paid to avoid this happening. 1-6 for the Falcons, 1-6 for the Texans. Both coaches fired. Quarterbacks maybe playing okay, but not well enough to be any better than 1-6. They're 2 of my bottom 5. The Giants, 30th best team in the NFL, 3 up from the bottom at 1-6. Then Jacksonville, who has lost 6 games in a row since they beat the Indianapolis Colts in week 1. And the Jets, who are one of the worst teams in the history of the NFL, sitting there at 0-7, the bottom 5 on the Outkick list of sadness here. Atlanta, the Texans, the Giants, Jacksonville, and the Jets. How about that Rams domination last night? Utter domination of the Bears, who fell to 5-2. The Bears are the most overrated team in all of the NFL, and I thought they got exposed last night. The Bears are lucky to have a winning record. They've actually been outscored on the season. I don't buy into Nick Foles. I don't buy into this offense at all. And the Rams are in the best division in the NFL right now. I'm not sure who's going to win it. The Seahawks, who have gone 14-3 in their last 17 one-possession games. The Rams, the Cardinals, who are rapidly ascending, or the suddenly much better San Francisco 49ers coming off of a beatdown of the New England Patriots. But a big win for the Rams. I hope you listen to me. By the way, the Outkick Six Pack, and this isn't even a part of the Outkick Six Pack, the Outkick Six Pack on the year, 25-12. I gave you 7 picks on Friday. We went 5-2 in those picks, 25-12 overall. We haven't been doing very well in the college football gambling picks, but the NFL picks this year have been absolutely scintillating. I hope you've been paying attention to those at least, as well as you have the college football. Speaking of college football, November 14th, the first ever fall Saturday at the Masters. I love this idea. Props to the College Game Day crew. Props to ESPN for signing off on it. Props to Augusta National. College Game Day is going to originate on November 14th from the Fall Masters. You talk about an unbelievable, incredible, phenomenal, very good setting to have November 14th, the first and maybe only Fall Masters of our lives, to have it going on November 14th to start off your college football Saturday. That's going to be one of the greatest weekends of our lives as sports fans, especially if you're a big college football fan, to go straight from the Masters on CBS into LSU Bama, that game down in Baton Rouge. Even if LSU's not that good this year, which I don't think they are, Bama LSU, typically a whale of a game. You know LSU will be up for it. To go straight from game day, all day college football plus the Masters, straight from the Masters to a primetime LSU hosting Alabama game is just flat out incredible. I can't wait to watch and see what is going to happen in that one. Props to Game Day for getting it done. Lane Kiffin has been fined $25,000 for saying publicly what everyone who watched the game already knew. For a third time this season, Auburn benefited from an insanely beneficial call in their favor on instant replay review or lack of instant replay review. The first one, Kentucky scores a clear touchdown in week 1 against Auburn, and it's missed by the SEC replay crew. The second one, Auburn quarterback Bo Nix fumbles the snap, picks it up, turns backward, spikes the football in an attempt to ground it. I'm sorry, that is beyond a shadow of a doubt. That is pretty straightforward and simple. That is a backwards pass, which is a fumble. It was recovered by Arkansas. The Razorbacks should have won that game. Who knows whether Kentucky would have won. Then, most recently on Saturday, Auburn on a kickoff appears to touch the ball. It appears that Ole Miss would have then recovered and had a touchdown, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Instead, they don't ever review it. Auburn gets the ball, goes the length of the field, scores a touchdown to win the game, and they are now sitting, the Auburn team is 3-2 with 3 different play calls that have gone in their favor, which if they had been called correctly, Auburn might be sitting at 1-4 or even 0-5. I don't understand how Auburn has gotten lucky, not once, not twice, not 3 times, now 3 times, but Lane Kiffin, I don't understand how he gets fired for calling out a situation that the SEC acknowledged they got wrong. I understand if you criticize officiating and you are wrong, But how is it a violation to criticize a call that the SEC acknowledged that they got wrong? $25,000 is nothing to Lane Kiffin. He had fun with it. He had his son posted and said he was wondering if he had lost his college fund. He asked if he could pay in pennies. The reality is the money gets taken out of your bank account as a part of your paycheck, and you get to write it off as a tax donation. So the actual impact is not massive, but this is another whiff in Auburn's favor. It's pretty crazy to have 3 different plays go in Auburn's favor like this to protect Gus Malzahn, who might otherwise be sitting at 1-4 or even 0-5. Finally, tonight, Game 6, Dodgers-Rays. The Dodgers trying to close out this series and win their first World Series title since 1988. Clayton Kershaw has gone from one of the biggest GOATs of the postseason to now winning 2 World Series games, potentially being the MVP of the World Series. Only real sporting event going on tonight. I will be tuned in and watching. Should be intriguing to watch. On top of that is going on tonight, we have what I have been telling you is a flaw in the system that is finally being exposed. Wisconsin quarterback Graham Mertz. He's a red shirt freshman. He threw 5 touchdowns in his first game against Illinois on Friday night. He has now tested positive for COVID, and it has been confirmed. Supposedly his backup also has, given the fact that the first stringer was already injured. This means Wisconsin is starting their 4th string quarterback for their next ball game. The bigger issue here, however, is it makes no sense whatsoever for there to be a 21-day COVID policy in effect here. The ACC quarantine policy, 21-day quarantine policy. The ACC, the Big 12, and the SEC have a 10-day policy. Moreover, all of these situations, the way that they break out, end up with a ludicrous result, which is by and large, someone who is healthy has no idea they even have this virus. They're completely asymptomatic. They are forced to quarantine for 21 days, making it hard for them to stay in shape, making it hard for them to be ready to play. The talk is that Mertz may be able to come back for the Michigan game, and they may bend the rules a little bit in Wisconsin's favor because they played on a Friday and allow him to be back for a Saturday game. But 21 days is unnecessary virtue signaling that is going to create a bigger issue for the Big Ten. How is that issue going to emerge? Well, the fact of the matter is 21 days, there's no ability to postpone games in the Big Ten. 7 straight weeks of play followed by the Big Ten title game. If you want to get a team into the college football playoff, they need to play at least 7 games, I believe, plus the Big Ten championship. Unfortunately, when you look at what's happening with Wisconsin, it's probably a matter of when, not if, Big Ten football games are going to have to be canceled. What's going to happen if Ohio State, or if it is Michigan, or if it's Wisconsin, whoever it is that is going to be in the Big Ten championship hoping to be able to play in the college football playoff, they need to get to 8 wins. Are they going to be able to do that? I don't know. I don't have a lot of optimism in this ridiculous 21-day policy. The Big Ten was wrong to cancel their season. To their credit, they came back and reversed that decision, which was unprecedented. But they didn't make the right decision when it comes to the 21-day protocol, and also they waited too long to come back so that they have no additional weeks. Remember, the SEC, the ACC, and the Big 12 have bye weeks as well as 1 additional week at the end of the season to allow games to be made up. Those conferences are going to get in, it appears, all of their conference games, or almost all of them. I question whether that's going to be possible in the Big Ten or the Pac-12. Go sign up today, fanduel.com/Clay. You will be glad that you did. $50 free if you're in Tennessee. You can gamble right now in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Iowa, Indiana, Illinois, West Virginia, and Colorado. Go get signed up today, fanduel.com/Clay. I appreciate all of your support. I hope you liked our fancy pyrotechnics as we continue to expand the OutKick universe and get better, and bigger and more awesome in terms of all of the content that we produce. This has been Outkick the Show. DBAP unless you need to SBAP. I am Clay Travis. Thanks for hanging with us here. I got to go do Fox Bet Live right now. Hopefully I can give you some winning picks on college football and the NFL as we prepare for Week 8 of the NFL and get ready to continue to roll in college football. Thank you guys. See y'all this afternoon and also tomorrow.